Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Gustavo Tolosa, and today I have the privilege of doing a webinar with my dear, I consider him friend respectfully, and I admire and respect him so much, Dr. McDougall. When I thought of what would be the best birthday present for me, well, of course, being with family, and then the first thing that popped up was doing a webinar with Dr. McDougall. That's the best way of spending my birthday. So, how are you, Dr. McDougall? Thank you.
Good. Are you going to tell us what birthday this is, Gustavo? Or are you going to keep it a secret?
No, it's no secret at all. It's I'm turning 58 years old. I hope I don't look older than
just a kid.
Just a kid. Oh, yeah.
When I was 58, I did pretty good. I was windsurfing all over the world, and which I don't do anymore. Or at least I've taken a break. I may be out there windsurfing in the ocean amongst sharks. Having a great old time. But anyway, I'm glad you made it to 58. You wouldn't have though if you would have stumbled across our work.
I was today at lunchtime, because I'm 5 hours ahead of you. So at lunchtime, I was having lunch with my mother and my aunt who came to visit. And I was saying, I know that I would not be alive today if it hadn't been for my trip to the 10-day program and for Dr. McDougall all these years. So
why don't you just tell us what life was like before you came to see us, and maybe a little word about how it's been since.
Well, before I went to see you, I was miserable. I was miserable because I couldn't do the things that I wanted, which were pretty simple. I wasn't like a sport person, but I couldn't sleep laying down. I had to sleep sitting up because of all the reflux. I couldn't go up a flight of stairs because I couldn't breathe very well, and I couldn't look. This was the saddest thing. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I took a shower and I walked by the mirror and I didn't look because I hated the way I looked. I couldn't go to a place to buy clothes and not go to the medium size or large size. It was always extra, sometimes extra large. So, and one of the things I love to do most, which is give concerts, play the piano, it was becoming difficult because my stomach was getting in the way. It was, and when I was playing very taxing, very difficult pieces of music, I was getting out of breath. So it was just, and I was feeling like I was dying. When you have this premonition, that was like, you are on the road to death and you're only 40, or whatever I was around there. So, I think there are people that have a worse time than I did, but I was just knowing my family history of diabetes and heart disease, and I just knew I was not going to make it.
I was going to say, I likely remember the problems you have, but I don't want to bring them out to the public unless it's what you want to do. But yeah, you were suffering from food poisoning.
I was, like in your picture book that you described, and I had high blood pressure, I had high cholesterol, and those things went down in 1 week, and I could not believe my eyes. And every month I was losing 7, 8, 9 pounds, and it was the easiest thing to do. And I just, after so many years of trying every diet, every way of eating, it was just, it was a miracle. So,
and how long ago was this that you came to our program?
It was in 2013. So
it's been 9 years.
9 years.
Sounds like it's permanent to me.
It is. It definitely is. So
well, that's what I would like to have your audience realize, is that you can try lots of things, but they're not right. And they're quite painful. You can try starving, that doesn't work. You can try the make yourself sick diets, which are like the Atkins diet. That doesn't work for long. You have to figure out what the human being eats. And once people see the light, then all of a sudden everything falls in line.
Yeah.
We have a person that we're working with in business right now. And I've been on a Zoom call with her a couple of times recently. And I'll tell you, I just look at her, I go, this is so simple to fix. And
it is so simple.
Yeah, she's got edema all over the place. Her hands are so swollen. I don't think she could play a piano.
Right.
And this is a young, potentially very attractive woman who is suffering from food poisoning. And Gustavo, I have a hard time not reaching through the screen and shaking her and telling her, look, we can fix this in a matter of just a few days. Well, I tell you, to recover in this particular case, probably 80 pounds of weight loss. It would take probably, immediately she'd get better, as you well know, and feel better. But it would take a while before she lost the weight, maybe at a rate of 8 to 10 to 12 pounds a month is what the weight loss is.
Right.
And I think that's part of the problem. It's just too stupid simple. Give me something complex, high-tech Star Wars. That's what they want.
That's right. It just seems like, this cannot be. It has to be more complicated. And people try to find how to make it complicated, actually. But it is simple. Dr. McDougall, I'd like to take 10 minutes. This is not going to last more than that. And do something that we've never done in a webinar and that I haven't seen you do in any webinar. And maybe you have. Have you ever seen those YouTube videos? They're very popular. They're called 73 Questions With, and there is an actor or a celebrity, and this guy asks them right one after the other, boom, boom.
No, I've not seen it, but let's try it. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask you 73 questions, but I thought that I would ask you 58 questions because I'm 58 years old.
Well, let's go for it.
I think it would be fun. This is kind of like what they do in a talk show. The only rule is that we've got to move along and
sure.
Give me short, concise answers. So
we'll do that unless I give up. Let's see how it works out.
I cannot. That's not part of the game. You can't give up. So here we go. All right. Where did you grow up, Dr. McDougall?
Detroit, a suburb of Detroit, Michigan.
What do you miss most from California, where you lived?
Being with Heather and the kids, the grandkids.
What do you like most? What do you like most about living in Oregon?
I'm with another of my children and their family, so I like that the most. And I'm a very family-oriented person. As far as the environment goes, I used to do a lot of windsurfing, as I mentioned, in California.
Right.
It's a little colder here, a little more distant, but I've done some windsurfing here on the Hood River.
All right. Will you write another book?
No, I don't think so. And the reason is because people don't read. And I've said it all. What I've done is I put out the color picture book, Healthiest Diet on the Planet, which is some beautiful pictures.
Right.
And that was popular, and that's the lecture I give. Plus, you're going to really enjoy the adventure that I am about to complete. It's going to be launched February 7th, which is a website, which is a storybook. It's a website about diet therapy for planet Earth. It's what we have to do to save this home of ours, and that's going to be the rest of my life, Gustavo.
All right. Will you go back to running the McDougall program in person?
Never. No, I mean, everybody enjoys the internet. We just last night we finished 47 patients. And I have to tell you, Dr. Lim, who's our medical doctor, every one of the staff, they just love it. They get to be so much more involved in the patients. So we don't have any plans. We might run a weekend. We might run an adventure trip like we took you on.
Right. Love it. Well, Dr. McDougall, the Earth of the future, about 20 years from now, looks like ... What do you think?
Well, I'm really concerned, Gustavo. I think we're going to have it's a very depressing way of looking at things, but it's the reality. The truth is that we'll have a population in upheaval. We may, even at that time, we may not be able to survive, not just us, but the other species of animals within 20 years. I fear that. But I think we have some tools. The most powerful tool for mitigating climate change is diet.
Yeah, it's
our
food.
diet.
It's the food, like you say.
It's the food.
Dr. McDougall, what's the wildest thing you have done in your life?
Oh my goodness! I used to own ocean-going sailboats. I'm an IFR competent pilot. Twin-engine airplanes. But I have to say, the thing I've enjoyed most is getting out on my little windsurfer. Even more fun than flying, more fun than sailing a 32 or 36-foot sailboat across the ocean.
For how long have you and Mary been married?
50 years. It was 50 years this past February. Or January.
50, right? 50.
50 years, yeah. Best
What's
thing I did.
What's the nicest thing Mary has done for you?
Oh, she mellows me out. Nobody else would have put up with my crap. Plain and simple. I'm just such a type AAA personality, and there was nobody else that would sit back and say, he'll quiet down in a while.
If you could ask 58 questions to somebody, who would that be?
Let's see. Well, that would be Nathan Pritikin. Nathan Pritikin was he's one of my mentors.
Yes.
And I certainly miss him a lot. He died more than 25 years ago.
Right.
Big influence on me. I'd like to sit and talk with him, but there are other people, I don't want to get into politics.
Okay. All right. If you could relive a moment of your life, which would it be?
Well, I've had so many good moments. That's really not a fair question. I would have to think about it. Maybe it would be surfing down a large wave. Coming off a 10 or 20-foot face of a wave on my tiny board.
Okay.
That would be okay. I'd like to do that. But again, Mary and I have been so blessed, Gustavo.
Yeah.
And
yes. Do you speak another language, Dr. McDougall?
No, and I certainly regret that. I've tried. My dad got a job in Brazil, Sao Paulo, Brazil, and we almost moved there as a family, so that would have given me a chance to learn another language. And I tried to learn Spanish. We went on like 17 trips to Costa Rica, but I was too old to learn that. When if I was a kid, with my dad, I would be a fluent speaker.
Yeah. What language would you like to speak fluently?
Spanish.
Spanish? Okay.
Yeah, that's the language of the Western world. That's what.
Yeah.
It'd be so good to be able to communicate with Spanish-speaking people.
Okay.
And it'd probably be easy too.
It would be pretty easier than other languages, I think. Do you have a favorite book?
Battlefield Earth. I've read that 3 times.
3 times?
Yeah, Battlefield Earth. But there are some. Look, I'm not much of a reader. I don't read novels. I read science fiction.
Right. I don't either. What about a favorite movie?
Let's see. Boy, I have a whole list of favorite movies.
I have a whole list
that I share with people. There was one that I recently saw called Flipped.
Oh.
And that's a really good movie. Flipped is a story of a couple of young people who have differences of ways of living in their families. It's good.
Okay.
But again, I've got a list of like 15 or 20 movies that I share with my sister.
Right.
I share with my kids. They don't have time to watch movies.
No, it's hard to pick a favorite movie or book in some cases. Do you have a favorite color?
Blue.
Blue.
That's probably because that's what my mother used to tell me all the time when I was a child. She liked.
All right. Well, here's a question.
Blue is with water.
Yes. Mine is yellow and orange, but blue is up there in the next one, I think.
Blue for sailing and windsurfing, and blue sky, flying an airplane. So I say blue.
Blue. If you had to live in an island for the rest of your life and you could only take 3 things, what would you take?
Food. Food, a good woman, and food, and possibly a couple of friends. Yeah, otherwise, food, water, and a good woman. That's what I mean.
Yeah. That will definitely make it livable. If you were not a physician, Dr. McDougall, what would you have pursued in your life?
An oceanographer.
Oh, really?
It goes all back to the fact that I just love the water. Yeah, I was going to be an oceanographer. That was the only serious thing I thought about doing. But my life was destined to become a doctor.
Wow. Okay. What is the hardest thing that you had to do as a physician?
Oh, well, probably dealing with my colleagues and their ignorance when it comes to why people are sick. And it's something I've not accomplished. I'll be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I've been able to overcome that ignorance.
Yeah.
To why people are sick.
Well, and being a father like you are, what is I want to ask you, what is the best thing about being a father?
Well, I have 3 children. I have 7 grandchildren. Best thing is to watch my kids grow up into adults that contribute to society. 3 very successful children.
Right.
And that says to Mary and I that we've done a good job raising the kids.
What is the hardest thing that you had to do as a father?
It was really pretty easy. I suppose Heather driving her BMW was the hardest thing because I almost lost her.
Oh.
When you open up the automobile to children,
right,
you got to be very careful, and I wasn't very careful, and I almost lost her.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. What about being a grandfather? What's the best thing of being a grandfather?
Well, that's tough because we're real close to 3 of them, and we're not as close as we'd like to be to 2 of them. Mary and I had a chance to almost be parents again.
Yes.
For our first 3 kids. Yeah, I think probably on the trip you went to Costa Rica.
Yeah, sure.
I had the 3 grandkids with us.
Yes.
Or at least one of them. Usually one. So I would say getting a chance to be a father again.
Right.
That's the greatest thing about being a grandfather.
And maybe enjoying them, maybe spoiling them a little and then sending them home, right?
We never had to do that. The kids were so good. In fact, I tell them and we, of course, take all the kids out still.
Right.
I bring them home. I'm glad I got them home safely.
Yes.
First thing I tell the parents is they were as good as gold. And they were. They're always good with us.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, you are 2 great, you're just amazing grandparents. Are you more of a morning person or a night person?
Oh, definitely morning. I get up morning. I got up at 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I like to work in the morning, and by the time the evening comes, especially in recent years, I'm pretty darn tired.
Yeah. What do you miss most about practicing medicine?
Well, I still get to see patients.
You're right, you still do.
It's touching people.
Yes.
Mentally or physically touching them. That's what I miss. And we run a telemedicine program, and our doctor, Dr. Lim, sees most of them, but he still refers to the old man once in a while to give the patients advice. So I still do see patients.
Okay. Do you have a pet?
Well, we've had lots of pets, but we have no pets now, and we'll never have another pet again. We've had cats and dogs and snakes and all, the whole range of pets, but I've had it with pets. Thank you.
Okay. Who is someone that you admire today, whether it's a living person or not?
Well, you'd probably get into politics if I did that. So I'd rather not.
Well, let's keep it in the world of medicine.
Oh, not most of my mentors are gone.
Right. Well,
I used to
have one that you would
not these days. Maybe Neil Bernard, who runs PCRM.
Yeah.
Maybe Dean Ornish, who very famous doctor. So these have been good friends over the years.
Yeah.
To list the friends that I really respect and would like to learn from today and be with, there are quite a few of them. So if you want to know the people that really influenced me, they're dead and gone. But
right. Yeah. Who is if let's imagine that your life was the title of a movie, what would that be?
Probably I'd say something like the greatest gift is helping other people.
Okay.
That's what I've always lived by, is that, the real pleasure in life is helping others. And
Yeah.
it's been a good way to look at the world.
Exactly. What country would you like to visit that you haven't visited?
None. I don't think so. My days of traveling are over. We traveled extensively with the adventure trips.
If you didn't have to get on a plane or anything, if you could just teletransport, huh?
Africa, some rural part of Africa that's still a bit untouched and has a few animals. I would like to see that. I would get on a plane and go to Africa.
You would? Oh, okay. Well, maybe you will. What is now? I think I know this answer, but I'm going to ask you. What is your favorite meal?
Oh, that changes a lot, but I have to say mashed potatoes, gravy, peas.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Mary's gravy, the golden gravy.
Oh, I make Mary's gravy. I don't think I make it as good as she does, but I make it, and it's the best. What can I say? The best gravy.
She has those magic fingers, magic touch.
Yes, she does.
But I just finished a piece of pizza from last night.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but of course it was a very clean pizza. There's no animals on it.
Right. Do you prefer sweet or savory?
I'd have to say sweet. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't really appreciate savory. Maybe I don't understand that flavor.
Right.
But I like most people. I like salt, and I like sugar, because those are the taste buds on the tip of the tongue.
Your favorite thing to do to decompress or relax, if you ever do that?
Well, it used to be a shot of whiskey, but I don't do that anymore.
Okay. Fair answer. And your favorite sport? I think I know that one too.
Yeah, well, this around the ocean. I windsurfing, but in my 35 years of my life.
Right.
And if I had and I will have a chance again to go out and do some windsurfing. This has been kind of a busy time.
Okay. Do you prefer drama or comedy for movies?
I would say drama.
Drama? Okay. You have a favorite?
It's hard to find a good comedy.
It is.
Make somebody laugh hard. You can tell stories a lot easier.
It is always harder to make people laugh. Yeah. I believe that. Do you have a favorite song or a favorite piece of music?
Well, I would say, Meatloaf just died, and that he did some songs that I still find myself singing in my head these days.
Okay.
Elvis Presley, that was my time.
Do you have a weird kind of talent or skill that people don't know?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a good communicator, a good writer, and a good speaker. But most people know that. They've read my book.
Yes.
So I was going to say, I have an ability to look at things and sort out the truth from the crap.
Right.
And I read scientific articles and so on, and they don't fool me. I know what's going on.
Yes, you don't get fooled. What is your best habit and what is your worst habit?
Well, I'd say, I don't know. I don't have any bad habits anymore, Gustavo. I've given up the smoking and the drinking, and I just live such a clean life. It's almost scary.
Well, a bad habit, I guess it could be, I don't know, getting up early in the morning and waking up your family.
Well, that might be the best habit. I don't pick my nose.
Okay. All right. What is your one piece of advice for other doctors that are starting their career?
Well, I think that you need to keep the patient in mind first. It's all about the patient. If it's not about the patient, then you're in the wrong business.
You're in the wrong business, exactly. If you could have tea with a historical figure, who would that be?
Well, I would probably, one of my mentors, like Walter Kemp, or Nathan Pritikin, or I've had tea with a few of them.
Okay. All right. Well, we're almost done. We're in question 42. So what advice would you give your own self at age 25?
do what makes you happy. Find out, because what makes you happy is what you're good at and you enjoy. So figure out, and don't let anything like money get in your way. You can always make money. That's easy. All you want to do is pick something that causes you to want to go to work. And I feel so sorry for people who consider work something that you get through so you can retire. I just can't imagine that.
What is the best piece of advice that you received, maybe from one of your mentors?
Well, actually, my dad gave me a poem by Rudyard Kipling. It's called "If." And that's a poem I've lived by my whole life.
Oh.
And so I would have to say it's that piece of work that was given to me by my father.
Okay, all right. Is there one thing that you cannot live without?
Well, Mary. I would say we're so intertwined with each other that when one of us passes on, it's pretty much going to be the end.
It is. It's very difficult. Well, what is one cause? I think I know the answer to this one too, but some people may not. What cause is dear to your heart?
Sorry,
today?
which?
A cause, something that you're passionate about today.
Oh, well, I really enjoy my car.
Okay.
In fact, I'm going to go out and ride in it just in a few minutes. I have an electric car. I have a Tesla S.
Oh, wow.
So
What kind of?
I kind of had to give up the ocean-going sailing with the big boats, and I haven't done any flying for quite a while. I used to like to fly, so I went through an RV phase where we had an RV, and these days all I do is I just really enjoy my Tesla. In fact, I'll tell you, every time I get out on a trip, I tell her I love my Tesla. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yes. Well, what I was asking in the previous question is some kind of an ideal, a cause that you are passionate about.
Oh, cause, yeah. Oh, sure. It would be diet therapy for my patients. And now diet therapy for planet Earth. Yeah, it's on my whole cause. That's what our foundation is set up for. Is to bring people better care, diet therapy, fix the food. It's the food.
Exactly. And talking about food, what is your favorite holiday to celebrate?
No, I really, that would be a tough one to say. I'm not really a holiday person.
You're not a really, well, that's a fair answer right there. Yes. Yeah. And what made you become a physician?
Well, what gave me, there were lots of doors I had to open, but one was becoming familiar with the medical business, and that happened when I had a massive stroke at age 18.
Yes,
right. So that was probably the turning point. I was definitely the turning point in my life. I became, as a result of my poor eating, I became a very sick person. I got injured really badly.
Yeah. What was your first job before you started being a doctor?
I was working in an ice cream parlor at 85 cents an hour, dishing out ice cream.
85 cents an hour?
85 cents an hour, bloody knuckles, reaching into the ice cream. I'll never forget that. And then I worked at Ford Motor Company plant on the production lines. That was a dangerous job.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I imagine. Okay. Do you have a favorite thing to wear? Some people have, a shirt or certain kind of pants or shoes.
Probably a T-shirt and a pair of loose pants.
Okay.
I'm really casual.
You're really casual. That's true.
I'm really casual, but I've got a lot of really nice shirts too. And I wear them these days because we do Zoom calls and that's all they can see. So I really like shirts, nicely colorful, well-made shirts, and they don't have to be expensive.
No, not at all. If you could live in any era other than the present, which one would it be?
It'd probably be the early 1900s.
The early 1900s.
Prior to the wars.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But we live in the greatest, the best time ever, except for one thing, and that is that we're pretty much doomed with global warming.
Yes, exactly. Well, next month I'm going to do the book club on the book from Glenn Mercer, and climate is food is climate.
Oh yes, they're really important. It's a good book.
Yeah. How do you describe yourself, Dr. McDougall, only using 3 words?
You should be asking Mary these questions. I would say I am driven.
Driven. That's one that comes to mind.
You can't turn me off.
No. Okay. Well, that's I think the one word we need for you. What talent do you wish you had?
Music, like you, Gustavo. I miss the whole music world. And I know that would have been so important to me to have that kind of enjoyment.
Right.
No, I don't play instruments.
All right. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
You mean like the Marvel comic books?
Right, exactly. If you could fly or read minds, or I don't know.
I guess I'd like to be a fish.
Oh, okay.
The power to swim and exist in the ocean.
All right.
The theme is clear. I really like the ocean.
Yeah, that comes through as being your passion there. Well, there's 4 more questions. Let's see. What is a question you wish people stopped asking you?
Well, that's my job, is to answer questions.
Okay. All right. So you're not tired of answering any question.
No, in fact, not at all. That's my enjoyment in life. People come up to me quite often.
All right.
And they say things like, I'm sure you're tired of hearing this. And then they tell me about how we help them. And I tell them always, I'm never tired of hearing it.
Yeah. No, exactly. What is your biggest fear, if you have a fear?
I guess that I'll leave this planet without making an impression.
Okay.
And I've tried so hard to get noticed. And I think I have a very important message that I've not been able to get out as well as I could have or should have.
I think that you have. It's just that it seems that it's never enough, but you certainly have, Dr. McDougall. Okay, so what is one thing that you want to say to your followers, to the people that are watching now today? What do you want to tell them?
Spread the good news.
Okay.
Whatever your talent is, spread the good news about food, about the simple thing that people are sick because they choose rich foods, and they get well every time they go back to traditional diets.
Okay. Well, last question. You have to be honest on this one. Was this game fun? Did you have fun with this game that we just played?
Oh yeah, it was fun. I hope it doesn't get a lot of publicity, but we'll see.
No, that was fun, Dr. McDougall. So one of your passion topics nowadays is climate change, right?
Yeah, I have 7 grandchildren. I have 3 children. They don't have a future. That's the problem. But we're going to make a difference, and the difference is going to be made by teaching people on this planet about the importance of diet therapy for planet Earth. You can cut your contribution of greenhouse gases by 80% overnight.
Right. Exactly. Well, we all need to be very persistent about this. And I want to tell people that next month they can sign up for free for my online book club. We will be talking about this topic with the book, Food is Climate. Dr. McDougall, I will invite you to attend one of the meetings if you're free, and we would love to have you for one of it's for Mondays that we're doing this book club.
Well, that's certainly a good cause, and I would be happy to make a contribution.
All right. Well, anybody who wants to sign up for that, if you're not in my email list, you can email me and I'll send you the website, the link. Anything else, Dr. McDougall, that you want to say?
Well, I think people should know that you have been an important part of my life. There was a period of time when we worked together to get the message out when we did webinars. And I'll always be grateful for you for doing that.
Well, thank you.
For the webinars.
Thank you. I will always be grateful because I have learned, I've learned so much, and I try to pass on that information as good as I can. Thank you. And I know that you and Mary have to go do some shopping, so we'll let you go. But once more, I want to thank you for making time to be with me.
This was certainly a unique interview, Gustavo. And I did enjoy it. I hope I gave the right answers. I hope I got at least a passing grade.
Let's see. Since I'm a teacher, you got an A+. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, to finish my week-long celebrations, I'm going to do a concert on Sunday afternoon with a singer. We're going to be doing music that everybody loves, like Somewhere Over the Rainbow and music from other musicals and stuff. So I'm going to put here a link for people to sign up. It's free, but I will be playing the piano and she will be singing. So you can join me too.
Yeah, you have the same spirit I have, and that is that you want to help other people enjoy their lives.
Yeah, because what you said it's absolutely true. There is no other joy bigger than helping others.
Yeah. Well, you've made a great contribution, Gustavo, with your music and the extracurricular activity you've done about spreading the good news about food.
Well, thank you. And I hope that you will do one of those trips one day, one of the adventure trips. Because
everybody, we took almost 30 adventure trips to the various parts of Central and South America and Hawaii and Alaska. And they were really fun. Everybody that I come in contact that went on to one of those trips, they just say that was the most amazing. I never met so many nice people. I was never so well taken care of.
Yes.
You would have been on a McDougall adventure trip. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? We got to make things a little more comfortable as far as traveling and going out in the world before we do that.
Exactly. All right. Well, I want to say to everybody that the McDougall program is now online. You get the same or actually better information. I think it's better. Yeah.
Pretty much everybody says so. We just finished a program of 47 people last night. And as I mentioned, not only is the staff happier, but the results were better. I mean, we had better weight loss than we've got at a resort. Yeah. Better drops in blood pressures, more quality time with these people. I got to know these people better than I would have in a program. So everything is better about it. We'll always be in the world of the internet. It's the way things just are.
I remember when we did our first webinar and we didn't really know what we were doing. It was quite some, and in these 8 or 9 years, we've come along so
we
much.
Really have. I mean, for somebody to be able to hold in their hand a device and they can watch this webinar and they can talk to their friends and their family, it's an amazing world. But that brings me to another statement. It's well worth saving. It should be a 24-hour-a-day job for each and every person out there to save the planet.
Right. Yes.
We've accomplished so much. I would like to have the world of Star Trek.
Yes.
Not the horror movies about the devastation and destruction.
No.
I'd like to live what Gene Roddenberry told us we could live.
Yeah.
But we have to work at it. We really have to put some effort into it. Everybody does. We got to stop all this crazy thinking.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody who joined us. Everybody's saying, wishing me happy birthday. Thank you. Everybody is saying thank you, Dr. McDougall, for what you do. People are saying that they want adventure trips. So anyway, thank you guys for joining in.
Well, maybe you should show them some pictures. I remember you and I we went on the tube together, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We went through you can show them that picture. And,
I will put it in the later because I don't have it right now, but in the replay I'll put that picture.
I hate to put you on the spot, but I just want everybody to know how much fun we had together.
Yes, it's fun, and I had a lot of fun, and I feel so lucky because after your fire, you lost your home, that I was able to visit you 2 times in your house, and we did 2 webinars from there.
Yeah. It was a nice house. We're very comfortable.
Very nice house.
So.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Well,
and
it was fun.
Soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye, Dr. McDougall. And goodbye, everybody. And I hope that I will see you for the concert on Sunday. Join me in my living room right here.